For cheap and reliable coins, head over to utnice.com and go to the checkout. Once you've picked the coins you wanted, use JT11 as the code and get yourself an extra 6% off on your orders. What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Otw Shaqiri, and personally I'm not too sure why they've went with Shaqiri. Who knows, but this is technically the exclusive EA pre-order SBC, and then I believe we're going to get Camavinga as the objective. So we have got Shaqiri with two SBCs, an 83 and an 81, and to be honest, we saw it with Tonali last year. I cannot remember for the life of me what that objective, what that SBC requirement was, but I feel like this is a little bit overboard already. An 83 and an 81 for a 79 that, yes, may get into the Team of the Week featured, because obviously he is in the ratings below 80, so he could go straight up to an 84. But really, is he going to be that usable? That's what we're going to test out today and see how far away he really is. Obviously, the Hunter's looking likely. He is a 5-star, 4-star, which is always fantastic. But you've got to kind of think of the longevity of this SBC, not just the now, because obviously want-to-watches can go up. Shaqiri's had, I think, a decent start towards his Lyon journey, scoring his debut, or at least a goal I've seen. But is he really going to be usable at any point in this year? That's what you've got to ask. Let's jump straight into him and see if he's worth 17,000 coins. Shaqiri winning it back. Definitely feels that dribble sort of player. It's lovely. Puts in a ball into Delort. We tried to turn back. Probably the bad move there. I was kind of looking for Shaqiri back. And I think the one thing that a lot of people will forget when it comes to these one-to-watches is you're not necessarily buying the player for now. You are kind of investing in what he can do, and that is what you've got to be looking at. Oh, I thought we was going to get that ball through. Because right now, I think 17,000 coins isn't awful in terms of... Oh, that's a great ball. In terms of the price, that's poor. In terms of the price that you're going to have to pay now, maybe kind of like in the future when 83s, 82s are all expensive, then obviously then yes, it would be necessarily seen as expensive. But at the moment, when they're only a K, I think 17,000 coins, I thought it was coming in more than that. It really isn't that bad. Like, for a player that potentially could go up to 87 or could go up to 84, you're going to put in 17k to get that, whereas kind of end of the year you're going to be putting in that for literally half of the SBC. So for me, I think it isn't a bad SBC in terms of price in that way. Obviously, if you kind of wait and 83s go through the roof, then yes, you are paying a hell of a lot for him. But I think for me, with the Team of the Week featured, I think that adds a great kind of feature that could kind of double his upgrade. Whether he actually gets featured is the next question. That's the big one that you're doing. I think Tonali didn't get a single inform, so really that SBC was just for a 77, but that is unfortunately the risk you're going to have to take. The only problem I personally has is not necessarily even the SBC, it's just the choice of player. With a very, very wide transfer market we chose, or as actually happened, I really think they could have probably gone for somebody better for the exclusive. Obviously, Camavinga, no problem at all. That card could be absolutely fantastic, or again, could be a flop, but at least it's a relatively big name, a new up-and-coming name as well. Whereas I think Shaqiri for me is unfortunately just a little bit past it now. Shaqiri down the wing, got lovely little turn, like you can see the dribbling side of him. Goes for the finesse, but Pepe is going to be in the way. Oh, lovely turning from Shaqiri. Does one, he's got two on him. Shaqiri, big ball in, no, he's going to get a block. And he's touched it out. Brilliant. Going to see a bit of Wijnaldum. Can he get the ball over from Pepe? It's just been an absolute rock in that defense mode. Cheeky ball over the top for Shaqiri. Doesn't manage to do anything but pressures the defender. Big ball over. Can he get the touch? Oh, it's nearly there. And I think definitely this card, to be honest, is making hard work of looking good. Even though, obviously, he isn't necessarily designed for right now, you've kind of got to want the card right now to be able to justify the SBC. The only thing that's going is that it is the first SBC on, obviously, the game. So it is technically one of the first promo special cards that you can get. And he's just... ooh, nearly. He's just very average. You can get so much better for 17k. What a goal from Ramos. Great header as well. It's an assist from Shaqiri actually as well. But in terms of this card, to be honest, he's making so much hard work to look good, because for 17k you can get a lot of players, and they're not necessarily even incredible players, they just are better than him, unfortunately. And that isn't down to obviously the SBC or the player itself, it is just the rating that he's been given. There is nothing more to it. If he was an 85, 86, would maybe argue a little bit better, what is this guy doing? Has he stopped playing? But I could maybe get a goal with him. Oh, maybe Mbappe instead. But in terms of kind of like the card itself, I think he's relatively okay, and he would be decent as an 85 or something like that. He may actually be a semi-decent card, but 79, you're just not going to be changing your team for anything like that. Gone for an absolute cracker though, finally. It takes the guy coming back to play a little bit to then him actually getting a goal. And again, Shaqiri's going through. Goes with a stop, and the second defender is absolutely there. Very, very unfortunate for him to get back at that point. So going into the overall then for Shaqiri, like I say, the SBC is coming in. You get 2 packs back from it. Small Electrum and Gold pack. Nothing too fancy, but obviously it is just a 70 chem, 83 rated, and an 81 with 75 chem, 1 Leon, 1 Ligue 1. Like I say, it really isn't that expensive, because when you look at the cheapest players, if you go to obviously Footbin, where is it, cheapest players, then you can see that 81s are 400-500 each, you've got 82s at 750, and 83s at almost a K. So you literally don't have to spend much, and I can imagine quite a few people who have open packs will have an abundance of 83s, 2s and 1s, so always a nice one to go for. You could even go get a cheeky 84 just to drop the price a little bit if you really wanted to. So I think the SBC itself isn't bad, it is the player. To put it bluntly, the player isn't good enough. I don't understand why they've gone with Shaqiri. Yes, I really like the 5-star, 4-star, so if he does manage to get a big upgrade, then yes, this card's going to be brilliant. Like, he's a good skiller. Obviously, he's got a good base for his dribbling. His pace could be upgraded quite nicely, as well as his shooting and passing. But I feel like this card's got to get up to like an 87 before I'm kind of a little bit gassed about it. And we all know how Tonali was last year, and then the year before that, I think it was a Prem player. I want to say Newcastle, but I'm not too sure who it was. But there was another Prem player who, again, really just didn't do anything. And I don't understand, out of the kind of pool of players we have this year for one to watch, why they chose Shaqiri. I don't know. For me, it just is a little bit of a weird option. Currently for Ligue 1, he has got 1 goal, 1 assist. So again, at least he's scoring. That is just something to go with. I'm not too sure how well Lyon are doing in the league, but again, I always associate them with not a bad team as such without knowing absolutely anything about Ligue 1 other than what PSG are doing. So for me, I think he is a semi-okay card, but he needs a big upgrade to be worth it. The card's definitely worth doing it anyway, just in case, because 18,000 coins, you can go do BPM for an hour, and you'll probably go and make that quite easily. So overall for me, the card right now, not very good. I think you're looking at maybe at least a Team of the Week feature, or at least maybe an 85 to 87 for this card to be even somewhat relevant. And again, how long will that take? Could it be next week? Could it be the week after? Or are we looking in August? So it is a risk that you're going to have to take if you want to put yourself in that hat. But I think right now, I would have probably gone with a hell of a lot of other people before I came to the conclusion of Shaqiri. Overall wise, I'm just going to give him a bang straight in the middle 5. I think the only thing that is kind of blessed with him is that 5-star, 4-star. That for me, if he does get upgraded, is a nice little one to have in the collection. So hopefully you did enjoy the video. Let me know down below if you're going to complete Shaqiri and who are you wanting next. See you for the next one. Peace.